G'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. It's Tuesday and the cloud cover has just come in. I recall this morning the breeze coming from the south, and whenever the breeze comes from the south it normally brings a change in weather conditions and a bit of cloud, so the temperature has dropped a bit. So it's a little less comfortable than what it was this morning when it was clearer and the sun was out, but still another magnificent day. Anyway, what I'd like to do today is take you through a book summary, and the book summary that I'm going to talk about today is a beauty. The book is entitled Quitter by Jon Acuff, and this book is all about finding the dream job, but what to do in the meantime in order to not pressure yourself and to enjoy the journey. Because what the author here talks about, and I guess we all struggle with the same sort of challenges in our lives, and the author here has a nice little quote from this book where he says, "I don't want you to wake up at 65 and realise that I've spent 40 of my best years doing something just to fund my life." So it's all about looking and searching for fulfilment in your career, in your work, and to make sure that you spend the best years of your life doing the things that give you fulfilment and enjoyment, regardless of what it is. Now, we're all different. We've all got different callings. We've all got different skills. We've all got different talenta, as the Greeks say, and as what comes out of the Bible as well. God gives everybody different talents and different measures of different talents so that you can express them in the ways which give you pleasure and give you joy, so that you can contribute to mankind, so you can serve God and live a life of joy and fulfillment, I guess, is the best way to achieve it. And money isn't the sole arbiter, the sole output of what you do, but feeling good about yourself and enjoying what you're doing. So the author here gives us a few life hacks, a few pointers to help us out. And the most important lesson of all is that we don't quit our current job in order to get our dream job. At least you don't do it immediately, because the author says is that you need to keep your current day job and then use that to leverage and to prepare yourself to enter into your dream job or the things that give you pleasure. And I've got to admit, whilst I don't live and I don't have a dream job at the moment, what it does do is it gives me time and it gives me an opportunity to do the things that I really love. And Jim's 5am Club, the thing that I do every day, I do as to leverage the time that I've got here in the city. So my non-dream job has given me an opportunity to find something that I really, really love, and allows me to invest time in the stuff that I really enjoy. Because the bottom line, according to the author, is that according to studies, approximately, this is what the studies say, 13% of people actually like turning up to work each day. That's quite remarkable. So just over 1 in 10 people actually love their job or love turning up to work every day. And if you look at it that way, then you're wondering, what the hell's going on with the world. But the author here then says, then what we should be doing is we should be using our day job to fuel and fund our dream job. But as we alluded to before, you just can't do it all at once. because quitting your day job will lead you to two massive problems. First of all, if you quit your day job, if you quit your job right now, here and now, and you've got nothing else to go to, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be replacing your boss, who you may not like, with lots of mini bosses, and they'll all be yelling at you. You'll have the water bill, you'll have the council rates, you'll have the electricity bill, you'll have the food bill, you'll have all of these other things yelling at you and wanting you to sort them out. So you've gone from one situation where you're working maybe for a boss who's demanding to working for many little bosses who are just as demanding and probably even meaner in terms of the fact that they need to get paid, and they need to get paid immediately. And if you're not working and you're not earning an income, then you're going to be under significant stress, because what you're doing is you're just changing who dictates and controls your life, from your boss at work or your clients to all of your bills, all of those mounting bills that we have, which just never seem to stop. And the other thing that the author says is that if you quit your job, it's going to put a massive strain on your relationships, because the constant worry about money gives you a very negative, neurotic, and aggressive mindset. Now, if you're not earning enough money to get by, it causes you to change in the way you are and in the way you behave. And we see it often. We see it often in people. When they're under financial stress, they are different people altogether. So the last thing you want to do is to put yourself under financial stress by just making a rash decision and quitting. So the author says the call to action is don't do anything stupid. Don't quit regardless of what happens, regardless of how much pressure you're under at work. Don't just throw things, just don't throw it out or just quit, because you'll end up throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And the pressure that you'll put on your most valuable relationships, the relationship with your wife, with your parents, with your children, will be immense, and you may damage it to the point where it may not ever be recoverable again. So a word of warning: keep your job. If you've got a job, keep a job. Never leave a job without having a job to go to. Always leverage the job that you have so that you can go from one job to the other without having to go cap in hand and to basically jump at a job which is not going to give you the opportunities nor the satisfaction that you're looking for. So once again, in simple language, keep your day job and don't jump at opportunities because you don't have a choice. Make sure that you do things that you choose to do rather than put yourself under pressure. The second formal point to come out of this book is another good one, is that you always need to hustle. You need to maintain the hustle in the morning, even if you think you're a night owl. And hustle, the word hustle basically means you need to put in the time and effort that is needed to reach your goals. So if you have a goal or a dream or whatever it is, you need to put in the effort, you need to put in the work, you need to put in the thought process, you need to plan, you need to network, you need to do a lot of things and do them consistently over and over again in order to materialize and manifest whatever you're trying to do. And the author says that the way we do this is that we need to create time. We need to create a time in a day where it's peaceful, and it's the me time that you need in order to craft, in order to create your future. And a recommendation from this author is that you look at waking up an hour earlier before everybody else, because if you wake up an hour earlier every day and work on your personal business, the things that you need to do, then you're going to be ahead of the curve, and you're going to feel so good because you're going to have done the things that matter most to you before most people have even had their breakfast. I wake up early every day. I have Jim's 5 a.m. club as a consequence, because I love getting up early. I'm at my freshest, my brightest and my best first thing in the morning, and I just love making the most of that quiet time, that peaceful time where I can think clearly, I can behave the way I want to behave, and I'm not under any pressure whatsoever. So the message here from the author is get up early, do it early, and put a deposit and effort into your bank account, because if you do it in the morning, you can do it in terms of exercise, you can do it in terms of thoughts, you can do it in terms of planning, whatever you want to do it first up in the morning, and then you've got the rest of the day to enjoy whatever else comes your way. And the last massive point to come out of this book, and it's great and a great lesson for everybody, is that we all need to take some time and determine and define what is enough. What does enough mean to you? And you need to define it and to agree it and to crystallize it well before you reach it. So it's not enough just to have goals. The critical thing is to know when you've reached that goal, and enough is enough, because you need to avoid becoming a goal chaser who just works and is never ever satisfied and becomes a workaholic. Because once you get to that point, then your satisfaction disappears. You lose your reason, you lose your purpose. And my wife, Paula, God bless her, always tells me, and is always saying, well, what are you doing and why are you doing it? Why are you continuing to do it? What's the purpose? What's the outcome? How are we going to benefit? And those questions are really, really important, especially men, because we just get on a bandwagon, we get on a path, and we just keep on hammering away, not knowing what the end purpose is. So the author here reminds us that we need to define what enough means. I remember years ago going to a seminar, an investment seminar, and it was held by the financial advisor, Paul Clitheroe, and it was held by the St George Bank, and a friend of mine, Bill Carragunas, organised tickets for me to go there, and I was there with Bill. And during that seminar, he said something that was immensely, immensely profound to each and every one of us. And it was along the same lines, that we need to understand what enough is. For some people, enough is having the pension. For other people, enough is having $10 million. But he said that each and every one of us have a different enough. But what each of us have to do is to figure out what your enough is, and when you get there, then you acknowledge that you've gotten there, and you don't just keep on going and wasting valuable time and effort and energy doing things and overachieving things and missing out on other opportunities by just continuing to be a goal chaser. So the bottom line, according to the author and according to Paul Clitheroe, is don't get lost in your goals and don't get caught up in the chase, that never-ending chase. because there comes a time for each and every one of us to savour our achievements and to harvest the fruits of our labour. And there's no shame in giving up when you've reached your goal, and not to be insatiable, I guess the word is, because by being insatiable means that you don't have gratitude. Ise acharistos, as my mother used to say, her favourite saying, na mi ise acharistos. Don't be, I guess, insatiable, and don't be dissatisfied or unsatisfied. You know, learn to express and to acknowledge and to be grateful for the things you have, rather than to be worried and unhappy and discouraged by the things that you don't have. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club. I thoroughly enjoyed delivering this one this morning. It just seemed to flow, and it's a great message that I think we all can benefit from. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay reasonable, stay relevant, and most importantly, work out what is enough in your life so that when you get there, you can enjoy the fruits of your labour. And to keep your day job, get up early, and try and identify the things that you find that create enjoyment in your life, and work on those things. But work on those things whilst having a day job, because the last thing you want is to have financial pressures which will cause you a significant amount of grief and change your mindset and change you as a person, and could possibly damage all of those wonderful relationships that you've set up over your life, and you get to a point where you destroy them and you can never ever recover them. So thank you for joining me once again, and I look forward to coming to you again at lunchtime with another book summary where we can learn something new. We can apply some life hacks that we are able to come up with, so that we can be the wind, the gentle wind beneath our wings that lift us, get us through the morning, get us through the day, so that we can live, learn, and pass it on. We can have shared experiences and be partners in each other's growth and development. So thank you, Filakia, from Jim's 5am Club. Ketaleme. We'll chat again shortly, and bye for now.